Hi, scholars. I'm so excited to finish the rest of our story, Lilly's Purple Plastic Purse by Kevin Henkes. So, scholars, remember, good readers pay attention to characters in the story. This helps the reader identify how a character can affect the plot of a story. So remember, characters are people, animals, and objects that talk in the story. And characters develop character traits. And we infer those character traits by using text evidence and our schema. Text evidence is the character's thoughts, actions, and words, and our schemas are what we already know. So, if I'm saying a character is bossy, or kind, or rude, what are those examples of? You got it, character traits. So, we are going to continue to pay attention to the character traits of Lilly in this story to see how she changes from the beginning of the story to the end. Remember, yesterday, we identified that in the beginning of the story, Lilly was passionate. She was pretending to be like Mr. Slinger, her teacher, and she was teaching baby Julius at home just like him. And then, in the middle of the story, we saw that Lilly became a little impatient and disruptive when she was trying to show her purple plastic purse during class. Remember, we inferred that from the text evidence and our schemas. Okay, so I know we're all going to do a really good job of thinking of that text evidence and our schemas when we're trying to infer these character traits in the rest of the story. So remember, Mr. Slinger had just took Lilly's purple plastic purse. I'll just keep your things at my desk until the end of the day, said Mr. Slinger. They'll be safe there, and then you can take them home. Remember, Lilly was disruptive, so Mr. Slinger decided it was best that he took away Lilly's purse. Lilly's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. Her glasses were gone. Her quarters were gone. Her purple plastic purse was gone. Lilly longed for her purse all morning. She was even too sad to eat the snack Mr. Slinger served before recess. So, scholars, in the story, Lilly's brand new purple plastic purse, her glasses, and her quarters got taken away. So then Lilly said that her stomach started to hurt and she felt like she was going to cry. I know that sometimes when I get things taken away from me or when I can't play with them when I want to, I get really upset. So I can infer that Lily's feeling sad and maybe even gloomy. Gloomy means that you're really sad. So I think that's how she's feeling right now, and I think that's her character trait. I inferred that from the text evidence that she got her things taken away and that her stomach lurched and she felt like crying. That afternoon, Lilly went to the light bulb lab. She was still very sad. She thought and she thought and she thought. And then she became angry. She thought and she thought and she thought some more. And then she became furious. She thought and she thought and she thought a bit longer. And then she drew a picture of Mr. Slinger. Ooh, so you can see in the illustrations Lilly thinking, and this is her furious face. Ooh, I wonder if you guys can make a furious face right now. That's my furious face. Right before the last bell rang, Lilly sneaked the drawing into Mr. Slinger's book bag. Let's take a look at that drawing. Oof. Big, fat, mean Mr. Slinger teacher. Wanted by FBI. Claws. Bad. Thief. Bad. So I know that Lilly started and she was really sad. And then we learned that she became furious. She drew that mean picture of Mr. Slinger. I wonder what we're going to see happen next. When all the students were buttoned and zipped and snapped and tied and ready to go home, Mr. Slinger strolled over to Lilly and gave her purple plastic purse back. "It's a beautiful purse," said Mr. Slinger. "Your quarters are nice and jingly, and those glasses are absolutely fabulous. You may bring them back to school as long as you don't disturb the rest of the class." "I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up," Lilly said as she marched out of the classroom. On her way home, Lilly opened her purse. Her glasses and quarters were inside, and so was a note from Mr. Slinger. It said, "Today was a difficult day. Tomorrow will be better." There was also a small bag of tasty snacks at the bottom of the purse. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. She felt simply awful. Lilly ran all the way home and told her mother and father everything. So, I'm noticing that in these pages, Lilly looks really sad. And she also feels really bad about writing that mean note about Mr. Slinger. So, I know that when someone feels bad or feels sad about something that they did, that means that they're probably feeling apologetic and feeling like they need to apologize to that person that they were mean to. So I can infer that right now, I think Lily's being apologetic. Instead of watching her favorite cartoons, Lilly decided to sit in the uncooperative chair. "I'll stay here for a million years for Mr. Slinger. Why does everything always happen to me? 1051, 1052, 1053. That night, Lilly drew a new picture of Mr. Slinger and wrote a story about him too. Lilly was really, really sorry, so everyone forgave her. Even her parents. Even her stinky baby brother. Even her especially incredible teacher. And then the sun shined its smiley face down on everyone and everything, even the bugs and the worms. The end. I am really, 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 really sorry." So we see that Lilly writes this story for Mr. Slinger. and she's apologizing. When someone apologizes, that means they're responsible. So I can infer from the story that Lilly's responsible. Lilly's mother wrote a note, and Lilly's father baked some tasty snacks for Lilly to take to school the next day. I think Mr. Slinger will understand, said Lilly's mother. I know he will, said Lilly's father. The next morning, Lilly got to school early. These are for you, Lilly said to Mr. Slinger, because I'm really, 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 really sorry. Mr. Slinger read the story, and he looked at the picture, and he read the note, and he sampled the snacks. Wow, said Mr. Slinger. That was just about all he could say. Wow. What do you think we should do with this? Asked Mr. Slinger. Could we just throw it away? Excellent idea. During sherry time, Lilly demonstrated the many uses and unique qualities of her purple plastic purse, her shiny quarters, and her glittery movie star sunglasses. Then she did a little performance using them as props. It's called interpretive dance, said Lilly. Mr. Slinger joined in. Wow, said the entire class. That was just about all they could say. Wow. Throughout the rest of the day, Lilly's purse and quarters and sunglasses were tucked safely inside her desk. She peeked at them often, but she did not disturb a soul. Right before the last bell rang, Mr. Slinger served Lilly's snacks to everyone's delight. What do you want to be when you grow up? Asked Mr. Slinger. A teacher, everyone responded. Lilly's response was the loudest. Excellent choice, said Mr. Slinger. As the pupils filed out of the classroom, Lilly had held her purple plastic purse close to her heart. Mr. Slinger was right. It had been a better day. Lilly ran and skipped and hopped and flew all the way home. She was so happy. And she really did want to be a teacher when she grew up. That is, when she didn't want to be a dancer or a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva or a pilot or a hairdresser or a scuba diver. All right, scholars, thank yous up. 1, 2, thank you for the story. Thank you very much. Woo! Thank you for the story. Thank you very much. Woo! All right, scholars. So, I want you to think about, how did Lilly change from the beginning of the story to the end of the story? You're going to think about that and think about the character traits that we used to describe Lilly at the beginning of the story and how they compare to the character traits that we use to explain Lilly at the end of the story. So we're going to think. So remember, we said at the beginning of the story, she was passionate about teaching. And then in that middle part, she became disruptive and she was impatient about sharing about her purple purse. And then at the end of the story, we learn that she's responsible because she's able to apologize to Mr. Slinger. So remember, scholars, when we're making our inferences in our reading, we're using text evidence and our schema. Text evidence is what we learn from the characters' words, thoughts, and actions. And our schema is what we already know. All right, scholars, I'm really excited to keep working on character traits and our inferences in our stories in the next couple of days. And I look forward to reading a new book tomorrow with you all. Bye!